a stain. Man, among those people pouring out these criticisms, is if I bring out solution about for tax kid. If for some of them, on your brother, some are so for an answer, where must it twice a young if you now one of on wiki what we have in the studio, just like I said, a man could be solution happen what he highlights the problem. So I mean your position solution. So somebody listening can understand where you're coming from and where you are going. I want to how to understand where you are going is also difficult. Now, can you quickly highlight the issues of Igbos, that's the southeast, and then Igbos even in general in diaspora, even those who are outside southeast, not as some states, even some states accommodating Igbos predominantly, Delta State, River State, and all that. So now let's highlight some of these problems.
Okay, Tony, thank you so much, and our listeners, you are all welcome back again to this year. A year, Tony, we are not going to continue agitating or protesting. Our strategy has changed. We are going there to take it over from those people who are not doing it right and do it the right way, or get them engaged actively. In society, we have saturated the system enough with sensitization. I believe by now everyone listening to the sound of my voice would have understood the direction we are going. Good governance ministry. And Tony and the rest of the world listening, you can agree with me that prevention is better than cure. What has been happening is we've been trying to we've been trying to cure the damage that is already done. Whereas we can start now to prevent it from happening. Na tata, kabubo, now we are awoken. The consciousness have been awoken among our people to understand that every problem, every hardship, every misery you are facing in this earth revolves around, let me give you 75% revolves around bad governance. Then the other 10 or 20 you give it to yourself. Then the rest you can now make it as circumstances. So we are now we have worked on ourselves. Now the greater percentage of our problem lies on who take decisions that affects us economically, socially, spiritually, and otherwise. So politically, we are going to get involved. Tony, today, this is 2021, and Anambra is warming up. This is not just for Ndigbo alone. We are also pushing for the entire African race to understand the powers of the people when it comes to governance. Governance or politics is not all about election, but that is the starting point of a new era of a government that will take decisions for the next period of years as stipulated in the constitution. In the case of Nigeria, it is 4 years. So this year, Anambra will be going around another cycle to decide who will pilot their affairs. And we, the people of Anambra State, beginning from Anambra State, because as we will start from this state, our home state, to decide if you say that the governor that is sitting is not doing it right, who then will do it right, and what is expected of him to do. I was so touched. I'm going to still publish that video. Somebody made a post, a live video on Facebook, showing at one place in Anambra West where they don't have drinkable water. And these people have people representing them at the National Assembly. These people have people at the Senate and at the House of Reps. These people have people representing them at the State Assembly. In fact, even the governor of Anambra State is from that same axis. But yeah, these people, they don't have good drinkable water. Now, what are we going to do to fix this? Tony, let me tell you, we already organizing, we are mobilizing the 21 local government. We already have our people on ground. The whole 21 local government, our people are already on ground, doing the needful, mobilizing the people. What we expect every local government to bring forward to People's Restoration Movement, the PRM, is their immediate need, their biting problem. If it is the issue of security, bring it forward. If it is the issue of education, bring it forward. If it is the issue of access to good roads, bring it forward. If it is the issue of water, Jeremiah Imagine in Anambra West, they don't even have water. They go to a dirty stream. The animals, you know, drink from the same stream. They bathe, they wash, they drink, they cook from the same source of water. That is the headquarters of cholera, as far as I'm concerned. So every local government in Anambra State have their peculiar problem, and this time we are bringing it to the table. Whoever that will occupy Aguoka this year or will emerge as the governor of Anambra State after Obiano, we will address them head on. This one is no longer you sit down and Akulu governor Aka can seem to say that not a medical favor when he fixes a road or when he does what he is expected to do as your servant. So that is exactly what we are here for this year. So everybody put on your seat belt, get ready to get these people involved. Let them know that we are not their slaves. Rather, they are our servants. That is why we call them public servants. So before the end of this program, you will, if you have not yet identified with PRM in your local government, we will give you numbers to call. We are already mobilized. The 21 local government is already saturated and taken. We are no longer going to give this chance for riffraffs to go and take decision on our behalf, Tony.
Let's quickly welcome at this point NDBC and then who just joined us. It's my pleasure to welcome you. Happy New Year to you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tony, and a happy New Year, the people of Anambra State.
We are looking at solution this period. Just how we started this morning. We are looking at how to solve myriads of problems, not just in Anambra State, in the entire southeast. And we know that many people have put in more energy talking about these problems. Many energies have been dissipated talking about these problems, highlighting these problems, looking critically at these problems. And it's now time for solution. And he has just highlighted, because I told him earlier on, he has to give us a highlight of these problems before we move on to also usher in solution. But then he said, like if you go to Anambra State, because Anambra State this time around we have an election come November, but nobody is talking about that because it's not time for campaign, not yet time for campaign, but we are talking about readiness. Do you think the people of the states are ready?
Yeah, Tony, thank you. The question on whether people are ready. People for now are not ready from what I've seen. Now, being ready has to start from knowing what you want. I can assure you that majority of people in Anambra State do not know what they want. I'll start by saying, I as a person, I'm a street person. I interact with people every day. If you ask people what do they want, exactly what do they want, Tony, I want to assure you that majority of the people will tell you we want good road, we want governor to provide job. Far from it. See, Iluzo is giving. Iluzo is what anybody can do. There are thousands of engineers, graduates, that can work day and night to tar nylon, is it not nylon ties or interlock all our roads. I'm telling you, people are jobless. Go to a Koka market. You will see a lot of people looking for jobs. That's your side. What's the name? Is where people are looking for jobs.
Yes.
Yeah, if you get Obon yes. If you get to that place, oh, you cry for your dear life. The same thing Enugu, the same thing Nimo, the same thing Agureri. People are jobless looking for jobs. But meanwhile, there are so many things to do. One is that road, which people are saying, we want the governor that will give us good road. What does it take for you to get people, employ people, and keep them on the road? Give them certain specification. This is what I want you to be doing. These things is given. So I just want to go higher and technical, a little bit for maybe our listeners to understand what we're saying. See, governance is all about inspiration. We need a leader who will inspire the people. Just like Chinedu Asozo here, this is about the 6th or 7th month, talking to the people of Southeast. Those strings attached. Not that he wants to contest governor this year. Not that he wants to be the PG of Ohanese or the PG of his town. No way. But Chinedu has been here talking to the people because he has the interest of people at heart. Ọ fụrụ ndị mmadụ n'anya and ọ fụ afụfụ ndị mmadụ na-ata. O wee sị, gịnị ka a ga-eme, Tony? Let's give the people voice and the people direction. So it starts from, in practical terms, having a leader who will understand the difference between the public interest and the private interest. Right now, what we have in the state, and a lot of people are confused about it, is people who want to come to government, but they have personal interest. On a lot of government like this, all 10 or all 8 or personal, 2, so also 2, Molukwe 2 or borrow for public work. So, if your question, are we ready in Anambra? I will tell you that what we are doing here is to get people ready by investing our time, investing our resources, investing our intellectual property to be here and to get people ready. Getting people ready takes time, you know. We are talking about 2023, but right now, the one facing us is November. So we have to get people ready. And how do we do that? Is by spending, you know how much we spend here to talk for 1 hour. Is by spending that money in practical terms. We are being practical here. That is why we are paying money every Monday to get people ready, to get people prepared. To tell them the difference between having a good visionary, humble and God-fearing governor than somebody who will just come bamboozle you and give you bags of rice and 2,000 naira. At the end of the day, 4 years, you suffer that for that. Thank you, Tony.
All right, thank you so much, University and for that. And then let's carry on back to Chinedu as I just said. You know, people not being ready because one of the problem because when people are not ready, it means that Obolulu, some of these politicians, because when they sign that people are not ready, they're not even interested. They now become more circumspect in spending. And and once they do that, their interest now will carry the treasury of the state, the treasury of the state. You know, when most times when we talk about leadership or who becomes the governor, we should be talking about the purse, the treasury, because whoever manages the purse, that is the governor. Oh, yeah, now managing the purse, that at the Lagos state. Anybody that wants to give Anambra State money, we give it to the purse, that purse. Man, now, on your body now just to come there manage that the purse. Can you manage the abba? Can you manage the abba? Yata, I know on your body abba. Mana, do you think, you know, most times, and they may find that big. Do you think managing the purse, the treasury of a state is something anybody, any successful businessman, any successful banker, any successful administrator, do you think it's something that has to do with being successful in your endeavor? Yes, I've managed this, I've managed that. Hey, why not? So, yeah, I've managed forces. Let me get mandate of a state. And then making people to understand what it's like to manage the treasury of a state. Don't you think is also part of the problem? And then what do you think?
Okay, let me begin with that of being able to manage the purse of the state and being able to reflect your success in your business or your personal career, professional career, and translating it into governance. Tony, some people who are eyeing the governorship seat in their private business, they have failed. They are owing their workers several months. That is the truth. But yet, they are eyeing the state treasury. As now a GCRO, one. This is one litmus test. Why am I saying this? I'm not trying to be personal, but I'm telling you this, that our people should be able to ask questions. Go and make a check. Who are you? And that is why before the election proper, we are going to look at X-ray all these people that are coming out. We are going to go to their background. They made money. How? How did you make that money? How did you make that money? Money doesn't fall from heaven. Money is not magic. There are processes. You have to have track record of how you grew from your business and how you grew in your professional career. Then we will now ask your locality. You are umunna beginning with your village, your town. How far have you added value to your society? Adime philanthropism. Philanthropism is what an average Igbo man does. Every Igbo man is a philanthropist, if you don't know that, including those that cannot even afford 2 square meal. When they afford just one, they will share it with their neighbor. That is philanthropism. So at every level, we are just natural when it comes to philanthropists. So people don't, they want to measure good governance with being a philanthropist. No rice, no beans. And many of them are just doing that as an incitement to tell the people that they will be the better person to go into office. That is not what we are talking about. We are talking about individually. This person, what is your personality? Sometimes I ask myself, if people go about and say, who is this guy? This Chinedaso's, who is he? At my office area, who is this person? In my family, who are you? Where I live, who is this person? If the answer to these questions are not consistent with each other about your personality, then there is a question mark in your life. These are the things PRM is doing on behalf of Anambra people. That is because we are organizing the people. You can't the more you look, the less you see. Why go too much? If you expect things to get better by years, my dear, things will get worse. That is on it. Then I must say it clearly that we are looking at personal records of every individual. It is not about name because leadership abro how many degrees you have. Owa akonuche akadiana ịmalụ problem nsogbu ndị mmadụ nọ gị n'akụkụ nwe. Anyị achọkwa onye ya abụọ nọrọ na-asụ okpokpo oyibo ife a na-emebi. Anyị chọrọ onye ọ ga-abụ ọ bụrụ ọma the aspiration of the people, ọma the feelings of the people, ọma ihe the people chọrọ, all part of the system. Ọ bụrụ onye ya abụọ nọrọ ọchụtọ onye ọbụla aka. So that is it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. I know you want to add something to that.
See, let me support what I just said by saying that the leader we expect to see is somebody who has the capacity and has what it takes to inspire the ordinary people. Inspiration. I keep on saying the inspiration. Communicate. For instance, we have a governor here, and you can, for the past 4 years, he has not come to the radio to talk to the people. I don't think I've heard him talking to the people, phoning program. See, your governor can inspire you not to die. If you are sick in the hospital, your governor can say, oh, people of Anambra State, we must make it like we have COVID-19. A governor can come and say, do you know this Ogwibo? Or saying, forget it. We have genuses, the locally made people who can make these things happen. Just a message from a governor can make things happen. See, my brother Tony and the people of Anambra State, we have a lot of competent people who can do these things. But it's just for us to say, this person will support you. And I want to say that we are making this effort to say this thing, not because we have anybody in mind, or not because anybody is paying the price for us to be here. We are here for the public interest. And for the public interest, just to organize the people to know what to ask for. Because people have to start by doing what we want. What do you want? If you answer that question, then the next thing. So, if we are looking for the people we want, it's just that person who is humble enough to come down to the level of ordinary people and solve their problem. Our problem is not complex. It's not difficult. It's a very simple one. But just communication. Ndị Anambra na-agba mbọ. Abịa na Nigeria, enwere a state nwere individual billionaires ka Anambra State. He's just a leader who can inspire people,
Inspire them.
organize people to come together. See, I actually look at to here, can be all Dubai in the next 4 years. I can assure you today, you won't believe it. You won't believe it.
All
It
right.
will happen.
Let me come back to Shineda. So remember, if you're joining the program, this is Good Governance Ministry, and this program is sponsored by BVI Channel. Let me come back to you, Shineda Peters. It says that Anambra State is one of the easiest states to govern. I think you have made a very statement.
Yeah, of
before
course, of course.
saying
of
that
course.
the state is one of the easiest states to
Yes.
govern,
Mhm.
that they provide almost everything for themselves.
Exactly.
There are just 2, 3, 4 things that government may need to provide for them. And these days, they are even constructing roads.
Mhm.
Individuals construct roads. And not just individuals constructing roads. These days, issue of Medicare, and you said they're just that little government touch. They
Just
build
small.
houses for themselves, they provide water for themselves, they build so many things for themselves, they have the markets for themselves. That if government comes in and then add that little touch, and government can also expand the horizon. But don't you think the present administration, you cited the present administration, that's why I'm going to come back to that. Then remember this Akuluno prospect and project and scheme. Bring up every investment is important. Once you bring it home, you are developing the state through the taxes you'll be paying, through the people you employ, and also through the development in that area. These are some of the things the present administration in Anambra State has worked on. I have been far their work, and many killed into that, and have come back home to develop their state. But then you did say something that Anambra State has the highest number of billionaires, individual billionaires in the entire state. That what the state needs is just
A leader
to
who
inspire a
organize.
leader who inspires
Who
people,
organize.
who organize people,
And
and
every
give them
honesty.
and bridge certain gaps. And then don't you think these things are happening already?
To some extent, to some extent, I must tell you that Ndi Igbo, they are still very reserved in bringing their wealth home. They are still reserved because of one reason. They say the government is not making it easier. I have done a documentary on the ease of doing business in Igbo land, cutting across 5 eastern states and Delta and River State. And the story is just one. Why will it be more difficult for you to do your business in Igbo land than elsewhere? The incentive other places give, Land Use Act, how to acquire land, how to process land ownership, how the taxation, the tax on the streets trying to extort money from you, your production line being, harassed at every bit of it. This is what the government can do. Now, to another extent, yes, I've heard the government of Anambra State talk about Akuluono, and we are preaching the same thing. But we are saying there are some measures you have to put in place that will enable this Akuluono to work
Yes, of
effectively.
course,
Now we are pushing for an agricultural revolution in Igbo land. Tony, you can attest to the fact that before the 80s, you export food from Igbo land to other parts of the
The
country.
Barham settlement, we were there last time.
Yeah, we went there, and
We
today
can't abandon.
reverse is the case. We are now importing every food from outside Igbo land. It is an aberration, and here is the most fertile place. Now, when we said that, people keyed in, but their reservation is what is the position of the government. And now we assure them that the next government that will be in place, like the issue of open grazing, will be looked into and signed, so that people like me, I want to retire to my village and start farming. You don't understand how much is being made in agriculture. You cannot even feed the market enough. Because I've done the documentary recently, those that are following on BVI Channel 1 what I saw, what I showed the world amazed them. People are still calling from all over the world to invest in it. This is the potential we have as a people, and it takes good leadership to inspire the people. Like what you said, our people are easy. If you see that Anambra State airport that is being built, to be honest with you, Anambra State can build that airport without borrowing a kobo. And an umbrella alone will contribute that money within 1 week. I'm not talking about 1 month. 1 week. You summon an umbrella, they say, we need enough money. This is the budget. Our people, do you know the problem people have? Trust. The other day we made an open submission to ask people to tell us what is their problem. Somebody mentioned it, remember. Trust. He mentioned it categorically. So when people don't trust government, They will not even be able to pay tax and trust that the money will be put into good use. So this is the thing we are talking about. These are part of the things we need to address. But we are not going to address it by agitating and protesting on the street. That is medicine after death. We are going to address it head on, beginning with the election. Who are you? That is the question we'll ask every one of them. Who are you and what have you done? What is your track record? But I must tell you, because the program is about to wrap up, because we're going to open up the lines, fine. But we are going to tell you that 21 local government were already there. If you have not partake, if you have not identified with PRM, just call the numbers 0810-420-7522, or you call 080-6098-2212. These are the numbers to call. Call 080-69. I'll repeat that number again, but let us proceed. Go ahead, Tony.
Let's quickly.
I'll get back.
We are about to open the phone lines. Remember the topic this morning about the solution to the problems. Now, Akukoku Maka the problems, not Kita, but the solution. What do you think is the solution? Starting with Anambra State election. What do you think is the solution? And mind you, I wanted to ask the last question before I open the phone lines. What if someone from anywhere says people should boycott the election for one thing or the other because of the system or the electoral system, or those who are in high places may even connive and then their vote will not count. So when your vote may not count, boycott it. Not even go out there to vote. Is that also part of the solution?
No, boycotting is not solution. We've tried
not a
it.
solution.
We've tried it before.
Let me add to it. It's not just that it's not the solution, but it's part of the problem.
Oh, it's part of the problem.
Yes, because those that don't vote have already voted for those they never wanted.
Ah.
That is the truth.
And they will be complaining.
And they will end up, that is what I call medicine after
They
death.
will placards and
And start
protest,
protesting.
and they move around.
We no agree, we no
At the end
agree.
of the day, they will still agree.
If you look at, before on call, we have
Some of
been
them will.
agreeing.
Some of them will tell you that what's the sense of voting? At the end of the day, Supreme Court may even bring another government.
Now, let me tell you, it is possible when you don't vote, when you boycott election. But let me tell you, if you check the statistics, there is no governor that have won Anambra State by 1 million votes.
But we have
But we have more than 3 million persons that are registered and more that
They
are
don't
even
come
eligible.
out.
So that's what I'm telling you. If we said Mr. A is our man that will deliver our mandate, our aspiration,
nobody can read.
nobody, who is that man born of a woman?
Nobody.
On we fed each in a capital L, no, no. On we fed each in a capital B. Let me tell you.
Even if they use police, every more than the police.
Who is the police?
Police.
Who are the police?
And many police.
Police is part of.
The point is that even the police are victims of the system. So they will join the forces. This is where we will now put our NSAS into use. That is where we are diverting our energy to make sure we get it right this time. So there is no point for us to.
All right, let's quickly open the phone lines. It's good we open the phone lines. Let's open the phone lines and then get your thoughts, your reaction, your pulse so far. We've been talking about solution to the problems, starting with that of Anambra State election. What do you think? What do you think? We've listened to Chinedu Peters answers, and we also listened to NDBC and Enugu. Remember, this program is sponsored by BVI Channel. I'm Tony Olison Baker, the Honorable Speaker. It's the first edition in the year 2021. And I hope we go to 2021 about year of agitation. No, all right, 0701947880 or 0703-815515. We're heading straight to the phone lines for those who have been joining or who have been following. For those who have joined us or those who have been following us, we're heading straight to the phone lines. Can you feature about that solution to the problems, especially in the southeast in general and then Anambra State in particular? What is that solution they have in mind? And remember, solution I brought wish. For when anyone will say, I wish, I pray that if I got it, if I got it, but then it's all about putting everything to work. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you. You're welcome. Oh, the market one can come in. We can hear you.
Hello?
Can you hear me? We can hear you.
Hello?
Can I find you? Can I be sabon? I'll try and call back. Sorry about that. I guess I can hear you, but you cannot hear me. Go on and talk. Remember, we can always hear you from this end. Yeah? Phone again, I read the Kwana, I go 1, 2, 3.
Maluda, that we can hear you. You need to just go straight and talk to us. Remember, we've asked this question. Kedu ifiche bo answer o sesala problem nine iche dina Anigbo, that's Southeast in general, and then Anambra State in particular. Do you think the state has no problem even? Unfortunately, I said, why one problem there, but no, get to take it, patego, that's what they'll tell you. That's you know, or making it, the government in Kedulia, won't get here, but in a Gabianaga, a loan, yata, wise moto, yata. Yata Jen and Kemma, you have to go Alright, thank you so much. Let's get to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you. We have you on the line. Are you there? Good morning. Are you there? Can you hear us? Let's go. Good morning. I can hear you. Good morning. Hello? Okay, what's your name? You're calling from Uguaba?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to appreciate the guest. I want to speak in your place.
Gabalilu.
Okay. So, na Jemba Nubu, getting that in Kunaretu. Young man, na Bamboli. Because we want Anambra State, the easiest state to govern. At the moment, the southeastern state is also the state to govern because I'm very industrial. I have a government.
Correct.
In one thing or the other. Not behind the wall and everything in government. Not the try from. So, people study a governor with creative government. Those young good policy maker. All those things are in the way now after Africa. You know, China is still online and the government. Oh, not the answer. Although Nandi Nanustanya na government, I don't see a happy go happy about how we do the right thing. They will near you can right. I think in our Southeast there will be dead and even in Africa.
All right, thank you so much. I'll come to give it in Magofana Osquana, Yocheba, Abropan, and Rocket Science. Eh? Manufacturer Sagi, Efoka, also day, Ebedine, Anyadro, or Tutus or Burus on the Maro, Warawara. Neba, Ndabulu, Ndimpiawa, Sunday, and Hatago, Nana ticket, and all that. What is happening? Good morning. You're welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
You're welcome.
My name is Chidi Chukuma, reaching from Fort George.
You're welcome, Chidi Chukuma. Let's go.
Thank you very much. Please, this issue of the election we are talking about, and Anambra State. The Electoral Act is Nigerian problem and not the Igbo problem. We would like to carry Nigerian problem alone. I wouldn't show Nigeria, I believe what I Nigeria. They just like, we just want our restructuring. They sit out of this geopolitical zone for long when I debated for restructuring since 1979. Yoruba and the platforms. Even at this time, actually, the Igbo president, for the same way, that the most important problem Igbo need is restructuring and not the Igbo president. The reality is real right. No one analysis from another platform, from the journalist. Until I give me fair to the system that is offered to us on the platter of good, that we are going to regret.
Remember in a solution to Igbo problems. If you had joined us, I think you joined us lately. You didn't join us when we started. What do you think is the solution?
That is what we're doing. That is what we're doing.
All right. All right. All right. All right. Thank you so much. You said that the solution is proper orientation. He didn't join earlier, but he thought we were saying something, quite different, but he was trying to pay his mind. Good morning. We can hear you. Go on.
You should be part of it. Yeah, go. Oh yeah, the house.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's a very quick one, but then it's a come check with what you put in your senanga to tap election. Can't you even what has come big? All right, thank you so much. Let's see if you can take one more. We come back to NBC and Chinedu. Hello, good morning, you're welcome.
Hello?
Good morning, you're on. What's your name and where you calling from? Can I forget can I be Sakbo? Sorry about that. We aim and I could bomb the day and if I know that we can always hear you.
Hello?
You have to call us back. I think if you keep saying hello, that is part of the problem. Because the solution could be fair.
Yes.
It can be hello. That is part of the problem. Because time is going. Or it can be every book and hello. Whereas others are moving.
Exactly.
Let's move on. Are you there? Good morning. You're welcome. Are you there? Oh, sorry about that. See if you can reposition yourself. But before we go back to the phone lines, then we want to just take one and come back to NBC and Chinedu. Good morning. Good morning. Are you there? Oh, network is becoming something else. Let's come back quickly to Chinedu, and then we have heard what people have been saying. Or to tell me if we go help, then they change so no part of the solution, but government orientation. The right people now about for one thing or the other.
You're good.
Can you reason? So he had thought quickly, summarize all these input and then this reaction
Let
from
me
people.
let me react to the last caller that said that and all of that. The reason why we call it People's Restoration Movement, it is the people's movement. Nobody is funding this movement. We are doing it by ourselves, one, and we expect the public to be part of it, to fund this movement, one. Then number two, the person that is calling, you are part of the people. You are supposed to be there. If you are in the forefront, and you raise your voice. But when you stay outside, you are just second guessing or suspecting. If we keep suspecting those who have genuinely come out to help sanitize the system, we will never find solution. So the easy thing to do now is to do what? Get involved. Be part of PRM. Call the number if you have not gotten that number. Be part of PRM 080-6098-2212. That is the coordinator of Anambra State for PRM. We have coordinators across the whole 21 local government. If you have not identified, identify yourself. It is only those who are active that will be part of this movement to secure.
All right.
And,
Quickly, and do we see your last word? Because we're about to go.
Our dear people, this is a golden opportunity. An opportunity for you to identify with the people, for you to know the truth. Only the truth will set us free.
Thank you so much. That's much we can take this very morning on this very program, Good Governance Ministry, sponsored by BVI Channel. We thank Chinedu and NDBC for being part of this very program. My name is Tony Olisambeki. We'll come back next week, one day for yet another edition. You have a wonderful day.